and I'm here with Scott Matin from Monarch, and you're from New Jersey. So Scott, tell us a little bit about who you are and your background.
My name is Scott Matin, and I'm Vice President of Monarch Mobile Health Services in New Jersey, and I oversee clinical education, things like that, thanks for having me here.
You bet. How big is your system?
We're about 700 employees, 100 vehicles or so, do about 160,000 calls a year.
Wow. And now you guys were recognized a few years ago. I think you might be the second EMS 10 winners, and you guys did a video talking about the general public can't hear our siren kind of thing. And so tell us what you won for this time.
Well, similar concept. We actually, it was last year, and it was called The Truth About Sirens. And this year we did something on the use of the ANSI safety vests. And you know, in 2008, the law came out that said, you know, just about everybody and first responders need to wear a safety vest. Unfortunately, not that many people actually do it. A lot of our leaders in our field don't require people to wear them, and a lot of people just don't understand that, you know, while we go out there and try to, you know, help people every day, each of these folks that are out there going from call to call or being on the scene of a call put themselves in serious harm's way, and a lot of those people get hurt and die every year while trying to do their job.
Do you think because do we feel like we're invincible a little bit?
I think part of it is, I mean, we're the rescuer.
Right.
You know, we don't see us as rescuers.
Right.
And you know, I think a lot of that has to do with that. But we don't typically. I think that, you know, when you're doing a high-stress job, you don't typically think about what could happen to me, but we really need to. You know, and there's a lot of people. Unfortunately, in EMS, we don't have the greatest statistics kept regarding injuries and fatalities on the job. And slowly but surely we're getting a little bit better, but we're finding out that just about every week you'll see something in one of the major EMS magazines that says somebody got hit and or killed on a roadway or going to a call.
Right. So what was unique about the video? I mean, other than the fact nobody's ever done it before, but what was unique about that video, and what kind of messages did you really try to portray to people in it?
Well, Monarch, where I work, we're really big on safety, and we try to use a toolkit of things to help people. And both our people as well as anybody else in the industry, we really look ahead and we really try to do things from an international basis. And what was unique about this was that, you know, we kind of started off pretty basic. You know, why should we wear it? It's because people can't see it. So we basically showed them, both from shooting in the daytime and nighttime, what a person looks like with a vest and without a vest. And you know, and everybody wears different uniforms, but if you have a black or a blue over blue uniform, you're almost you know, totally blackened out in nighttime. And even in the daytime, there's a huge difference. So the vest really, I think, you know, the saying, you know, picture is worth 1,000 words is very much true. And that's why we like the concept of videos and trying to do these free PSAs as much as we can. Very
nice. And so what's some of the reaction you've had, maybe internally first and then externally?
Well, internally, it's been great. We've had great support. Certainly, Peter Dworsky and I are the ones that kind of initially started this last year, but it's a team of people at Monarch that put all this together, and we have some support from some of our vendors and people that we work with to finance this. And it's a low budget kind of thing, but I think it, you know, comes out pretty good. It gets the point across, and that's really, we're not looking for stars, we're not looking for, you know, Hollywood quality, but we want to get people to look at it and say, wow. You know, and that's the response we want to get. So we've had really good response internally. Externally, it's been amazing. Last year, we were shocked. Even though it was a free thing, it was something that we were giving away, that we had as much of a response as we did. We were happy with some, you know, United States EMS agencies, but we have we've sent out the video to multiple European countries, Asia, the Middle East, and getting great feedback. We're really proud of that.
How are you sending it out? Are you just doing a traditional DVD, or how do you send it out?
If you go to monarch.org, MONOC.org, you'll see the videos on there. They are free to download off of the website. And if you want a hard copy, for some people just have difficulty in downloading it, just email me or you know, Peter, and we'll send you out a DVD.
Wow, that's really amazing. So what do you think? Because we've been doing this a long time, you and I both, and you know, even back, I remember in the late 80s when we would go out and we had a jumpsuit or whatever we'd wear, and even then we'd wear an orange jumpsuit because it matched the ambulance colors or whatever. But I saw this drift over time where, like you said, you were right, that we have these responders that are in these dark uniforms now, or they're in a uniform that is great for performance in the back of an ambulance, but not really great for the performance on the street. So do you think that the new ANSI standard has really hit it, or do we have a little bit further to go? Where are we at with that?
I think, you know, the ANSI standard is good. Getting everybody to abide by it is our goal. But if you look at places from Europe, you know, countries from Europe, these guys have been doing it the right way for a long time.
Good point.
Their outfits are not, you know, white over blue, white shirt over blue pants. They're these bright green or orange with reflective striping, and they've been doing that for years. So, you know, we see them here at you know, GEMS and EMS Today conferences, and you'll see them, and you know, they stick out inside. So
right.
Imagine what they do outside. But they've been doing it, same with vehicle standards. They were the first ones to have chevrons in the back of their trucks and have everything reflect versus just look pretty.
Right. Well, and mentioning the chevrons on the back of a truck, I think a lot of times we, as responders, rely on that truck to be our kind of our sanctuary protection. So we're gonna park it in such a way, but doggone it, somebody's gonna get by that, or it's just something's gonna happen. And I think just the more time you have for a person to react to that is that much better. And I know even in our agency, I've seen that trend over time to say, all right, we're going to put the vest on before we get out of the ambulance. And I think that you guys are providing a great service and saying, hey, here's what it looks like. And I love that. So when you look at where we go with safety in the United States, where do we need to go? Where's the next step?
I think that we just need to make sure everybody is aware of the consequences if we're not safe.
Good point.
I mean, I think it's you know, you have to get to people first, and I don't think people are, you know, in many cases purposely you know, trying to do things dangerously. But again, we're in the business of saving lives and helping people. And while that sounds, you know, wild, you know, to many people, the reality is we're out there to help people. So we're not thinking about ourselves. We got to think about ourselves. From a health standpoint, from a safety standpoint, you know, the other big thing, and this is a thing we're going to do for this year, is a video on workplace safety.
Cool.
Whether it be with, you know, you see this all over now in the magazines and on the blogs and everywhere, that people are getting beat up while trying to render aid.
Right.
Or there's workplace type violence.
Right.
And you know, these are kind of things that are not acceptable and that we need to be prepared for and we need to be able to deal with. It is absolutely not acceptable to have our patients, you know, those that know better, to be violent with us. You know, we're hoping to do a video on that for next year.
Very cool. Well, since you're a second-time winner, and it is Physio's 60th anniversary, tell me what you think the value of Physio kind of recognizing us as an industry is in you winning an award, and what does that mean to you?
Well, I think that, you know, any of us in this industry, we're not looking for pats on the back or praise. But what I do think about this, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're very proud of it. Monarch, everybody in Monarch is very proud of it, especially 2 years in a row. But what I think this does, this just in your blog, in the videos and everything, this brings to light this video. And if somebody hears us and sees us and says, let me check this out, and they say, hey, that's pretty good, and I'm gonna use this for training in my squad or my agency, and one more person wears the vest.
Right.
That hopefully saves a life or helps avoid an accident. It's worthwhile. And
I think that's cool because you'll probably never know the number of lives you've probably saved with this video. So where can people find that video? How do they get to it?
Again, go to Monarch, MONOC.org, and right on the page you'll see the 2 videos listed for download. Very cool. Thank you, Scott. And for more information on the Physio EMS 10 winners, go to emstoday.com or more coverage at the ProMedNetwork.com as well. I'm Chris Montera, and thanks for joining us.